Hello boys and girls, welcome to Burning Innovations. My name is Tristan. Right, so where are we up to? Yes, the last bag went to my customer. She is over the moon and she is out showing it off to the world. Bless you. Thank you so much for the order, my dear. I know she's going to be watching. Right, so we are on with the next project here at Burning Innovations, and as you well know from watching the last video, it is another one of our companion bags, but this is the XL, which is slightly bigger because there is a few changes to the bag. So basically, this is the companion bag. It's about the right size of a normal bag. Well, my next customer is going to get it a little touch bigger. It's going to have a cowhide insert sewn into the front of it. I'm going to change the buckle in the strap because I'm going to use a Sam Brown buckle with a little strap. You know what I mean. Other than that, it's on with the new bag. Yes, it's going to be black. It's going to have a load of studs in it, and what my first job is, because this is where we left it last time, when the glue was drying on the bag that I made last, I started putting this together. I got the pattern done. As you can see, the pattern is sellotaped onto the leather. The reason why I sellotape it onto the leather is just so it doesn't move. And I put sellotape over the holes purely and simply, reason being, oh, watch me not find it now. Where is it? You really should have got all this ready before you started, lad. I'll find it in a minute before I get going. Yes, I've got a little block of wax, and what I usually do is I rub the wax over the top of all the holes. It just gives that little bit of lubrication when you're hammering out the holes. Now, the way I do my holes, as you well know, I do everything by hand. I have a 1.5 mil hole punch, which I give a little wallop to. And in fact, you know what, I'm going to show you. So let me start off doing this. Let me turn some light on so I can see what I'm doing. Need some wax. I'll just borrow a little bit of this, just rub a little bit of wax. Oh, I quite like that. That's easy to do. Oh, found a new. All right, I'll get back to this little shovel in a bit. I have been working on a leather balm, you know, for my leather bags, for my leather straps, because if you don't look after the leather properly, it can go a bit dry. So especially with the straps, because they're a single piece of leather, I like to put a little bit of leather balm, a little bit of leather wax over it. This, I will get to all this in the next video, so I'll do a video just on our leather balm. Well, I'm developing it as we speak, so as soon as I got sorted, I'll hook you guys up. Right, cutting mats. I've got my Big Mac Daddy here, which is my scruffy one, which I do all my work on. I've got a new one underneath it, and I've got a brand new one up there waiting to go. Always got cutting mats. I've got an old battered one here, as you can see. This is what I use as the bottom end for when I'm cutting out. So I'm going to do the buckle holder. So it is dead simple, because and with putting the wax on the sellotape, it lubricates the punch so it doesn't stick when you're putting it through the dry leather. Because at this moment it's 4 ounce veg tan. It has no treatment on it whatsoever. It is just raw and natural. So you have to be very careful about getting it dirty, because if you get any dirt on veg tan, as the other guys will tell you, you ain't getting it off. You really ain't getting it off. Not without using chemicals and stuff like that, and I don't want to do that, so I'm being careful as hell. So it's nice and easy, dead quick. You end up with loads of little bits, and you end up that your holes punched out. So I'm now going to crack on. I'm going to get all this done. This one, this one, this one, and I need to find the other one for the cowhide itself and get the cowhide cut out, and then we can get on to the next step. So I'm going to crack on with this, boys and girls. When I come back in a second or two, I'll have everything chopped out. I'll have all the holes punched out, ready for the next step. So 1 minute. Right guys, we have finally, see if I hold it up to the light, you can see all the holes a little bit better. I've even gone and punched in the holes going down the middle, so when it sits on the back, on the bag, you'll have spikes coming out. There's spikes going to be everywhere. Absolutely loving it. So all I need to do now, go over and start getting all the holes punched out. I've already started on that one. A few more to do, get all the holes, stitching holes punched out, all the holes for the studs. As soon as I've punched them all, I will then start cutting it all out, ready to start dyeing the leather black. There's a few steps on this one, and you know what, I'm going to bring you along all the way. This bag is going to be black with silver studs. Speaking to my customer, give her a choice of what lining she would like, because the good people at GH Leather sorted me out with that really nice bundle. And you know what, the video I put up the other day when I did the unboxing, which I'm not going into it, I thought I only had four. Two blues, a light blue, a dark blue, a lovely red and a green. But no, there was 5, because wrapped up in the dark blue was a lovely mustard coloured hide. And you know what, wow, I was absolutely lost for words. So back to this bag anyway. Speaking with my customer, and I give her a choice of what linings she would like, and guess what she has chosen? Oh, I've got this lovely red going in the inside of a bag. So yes, she's going to love this. Look how vibrant that red is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is Nepal red, I believe. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So what I'll do, as soon as I've done with all the templates, I'm going to be very careful with them, because I will then use these on the liner. So the liners are going to be exactly the same shape as the front. So yeah, I will crack on now, and like I say, I'll bring you along all the way. So onwards, upwards, the next round of hole punching shall continue. See you in a bit, guys. Right, so all done. Let's see if I get it. All done. You can see all the holes been punched, all the stitch holes been done. Yeah, so now it's time to cut the buggers out. Now I use a box knife. I've always used a box knife, but one thing you have to do before you start cutting leather, because you want a clean cut, always strop your leather. So I use this is my rouge. Now funny enough, if you go to Amazon and just put in Smurf poo, this comes up. It's this one is a Silverline blue polishing compound. What I do is I've got my stropping block. Give one side of the block a little bit of rub so you can see the polishing compound on there, and then I strop my knife to give it that polish, to just take that little edge off and sharpen it wonderfully. Now you know when this stuff is working because you can see this shine on it? That is little bits of metal coming off the blade and going in to the rouge. Once you've done about 20 or so, I turn it around to a clean piece of leather on this side, and I just go up and down, just giving it that final bit of polish. I do the same again about 20 times. That'll do. And now the blade has a lovely, 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 can you see the shine on the edge of the blade? That is what we're after. That little shine almost guarantees a clean cut. Almost guarantees it. So we know the knife is sharp. We get our piece of leather with the template on. Now I like to do this freehand. You can use rulers and everything like that, but to be perfectly honest, if you're confident, you've got a steady hand. Sometimes it doesn't come off in one go. Go over it again nice and gently, and you can get a nice clean cut without taking any of the template off. Boom, done. So once I've got all this lot done, I've got it all cut out. It'll be on to the next step, which is to get it all a little bit wet and then hit it with some black dye, which is going to be wonderfully messy. So if you give me a few, give me about an hour or so, which will be seconds for you guys, I will be back and we'll get on. Oh, I've just come off the line a little bit there. Nice and gently does it. So I will be back soon as I've got everything cut out, and then we'll move on to the next step, which I said is getting it damp and then hitting it with a Fiebing's black dye and then leaving that to dry whilst I move on to the next few steps. There's a few on this bag, kids. See you in a bit. Right. Everything has been punched out now. Everything is done. It's all cut out waiting. Yes, this is the front of the bag. This is going to have the natural cowhide insert put in. That's the flap, the gusset, all is done, cut, and all the holes done. Right, moving on to the next part now. Whilst I get set up, yes, it is time to dye. Yes, so for dyeing the leather, I like to use Fiebing's dye black. But before I do any dyeing or anything like that, I like to moisten the leather to get it a little bit moist. And for what I use is deionized water. It's clean water. I just put it in a spray. It stops marks getting onto the leather, like I said before. You dirty leather. And I always use a wool dauber for putting on. And of course we have to use gloves or else we end up with black bloody fingers. So let me just get these on and I'll show you exactly what I do. And that, yes, I do have a board set up to my left, just a dirty board. It's just so I can lay these leather parts down once they're wet so they'll dry. Right, so that's one done. Let's get on. Let's do the flap first. So I'm just gonna give it a little blast. Now, bearing in mind this bag is going to be lined, so all I really need to concentrate on is the outside and the edges. So that's got a little bit of water on it now, and we open our die carefully. This really is a cracking die, and I love using this Feebinks leather die. We get some leather dye onto the wool dauber, and then we just apply. And as you can see, it goes on really well. Because the leather is a little bit moist, it helps suck in the leather to the core of the dye into the leather, and it is you get really good coverage. So I'm just working my way around the edges. I go in the opposite direction now, second coat. And there you go, boys and girls, fully done. Put that to dry, let's bring the next one in. So yes, this is all, because it is just pure water, there's nothing else in it, which does help. Right, get this one done. This is the front parts, because it's got the cutout for the black and white cowhide insert, which will be going in, which I'll start doing very shortly whilst this is drying. I can get on, decide which part of the hide I'm going to cut out to go in here, because I want to get the right balance of black and white. And don't forget, we will be seeing this edge, so we have to make sure we do the internal edge. And once it's dry, I am going to get the Tokonol on and edge bevel everything, so it'll be nice and smooth. But most of it will be sewn edge to edge with the stitch that I like to use is the cross stitch. So a little bit decorative, I know, but I like doing it. It's joyful, he says. So I'm just going to give it another coat on the front. There we go, all up there, along there. And normally, that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. It is a really good die. As other leather workers know, Feebinks is a really good quality leather die, and it works well. The gusset, a little bit of tape there. Right, there we go. Nice and moist. I'm not going to say wet, because I've just sprayed it now and you can't see any sitting water. It's just been absorbed straight into the leather, and as soon as you hit it with the dauber, boom, the ink, the dye straight into the leather, and you get a wonderful streak free finish. So I'm going to crack on with this, and then as soon as I've gone all this, made sure all the edges are done, give it another coat if I feel it needs it, because you can already start seeing it drying. So if you give me a few minutes, I'll get back to you with the next stage. Right, everything is in a wonderful shade of black. That needs time to dry, but don't worry, we can move on to the next thing. Here I have the pattern for the insert, which is going to be going on the sewn into the front of my customer's bag. I've only got this little bit left, so I have to be careful. I'm just trying to think by what looks the best. Do I get a good representation of black and white? Yeah, I think that's about right there. I'm happy with that. So yes, I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to start putting the patterns onto the red, get them cut out at least. I'm going to cut them oversize so I can trim once they're done, but I am going to stamp out all the stitching holes on all of it, but like I say, leave it a little bit oversized. Other than that, it's just a case of taking time and just plodding on through it. So yes, boys and girls, this is part one of the black studded bag. Hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll have part two out for you. So cheers, boys and girls, and don't forget, if you are that way inclined, like to do a little bit of crafting, like to do a bit of leather work here in the UK, a fantastic place to go and get your leather from is from www.leathermerchant.com, otherwise known as GH Leather. These guys supply some of the best leather I have ever used, and trust me, I've got a lot there going on. Yes, absolutely loving it. So boys, if you want your leather, go to GH Leathers. They're really good priced. They've got fantastic crew. They're working. Right, so that is it for this week. Don't forget, I still need to get the website done with the new t-shirts and some of the other products, but with work and doing customers' bags, this takes precedence over that at the moment. You know what I mean? Customers come first. Right, boys and girls, have a fantastic day, and we will speak to you next time. Part two. Bye.